directly from military bases across the USA. This is happening right now in the southern states of Georgia, Alabama, and a couple of others that are very prominent military installation bases across the USA. I'm going to read to you directly from the article here. We have a significant number of guns, they say, missing from Army facilities in Anniston, Alabama. There's rewards in multiple thousands of dollars for the missing guns and firearms. They say this has happened in a recent period of time. The Department of Army Criminal Investigation Division has been notified of a significant, they say, number of 1911 A1 pistols that were reported missing from the civilian marksmanship program. This happened in the, I guess what is a city, maybe it's a county of Anniston, Alabama, between September 2019 and March 2022. This has also happened recently, according to these reports, and we have some eyewitness and maybe some other reports coming in from individuals who said this is happening right now. Now, this is kind of like the missing nitro, what was it, nitrous? No, it was one of the fertilizers that was missing in massive amounts across the country. We have some uranium missing across the country. Now, remember, Russia, let me know if no one can hear me there. Somebody said, hey, Brad, are you talking? So Russia has said that they're going to take some military intervention into the USA. Now, what does that really mean? Ammonium nitrate, that's right. So thank you very much. So Russia said they're going to take a military intervention into the USA, and they said this has just happened today. They said they were going to do this. So with Russia saying they're going to militarily intervene in the USA, China saying that the USA and NATO must not move assets to the Asian Pacific, which we already did. This is already happening. So when they say don't do it and we already did it, or they'll be forced to act, that's when you know we're about to really see something happen here. The Army investigators say that more guns now are missing in the U.S. Alabama, another large military installation. This is following an investigation. They have continued to follow up on hundreds of guns missing. They reached out to members of Congress that represent the U.S. state of Alabama and Georgia, saying that they must be made aware of this incident and that lawmakers must address security concerns and accountability, because these significant numbers of missing firearms can, in fact, be used in false flag attacks across the country. Now, what's a better way to make sure that these guns go missing? They get them into the Tren de Aragua, they get them into MS-13, they get them into some other gang elements that are very prominent across the South in the USA, and then they start to use them in your city, in your town. Now, this could be a bigger thing where you see a larger false flag event take place in which guns, they can't be traced, no accountability there, no traceability. They're used inside the USA. We have seen a lot of zip guns, a lot of very street guns being used in these crimes. Guys, I just watched a video yesterday. I think it was in a little bit more of a northern state. Okay,
that's about enough for him. I'll put the link to this video in the comment section if I remember, in case you want to watch the whole thing. It's like a little prepper dude. But I just did it for, the information he brought out. So I want to start off first things first, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakadash, which in the Pedigree Hebrew tongue is created under the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to your sister brothers living this truth, and shalom to your brothers and sisters that's listening and studying to show yourselves approved. So this is going to be a quick watchman lesson. We just heard, from the prepper guy, that now they have guns missing at military bases, which that's a bunch of bullshit to me. Guns is gonna go missing at military bases. So this has got the government's fingerprints all over it. Esau Edom, so-called white man. And how I look at it, I'm just speculating right now, but how I look at it, they're giving these guns to the migrants. They're giving these guns to, whoever creates sedition among men, because the scriptures say that that's gonna happen. And you see the Lord called for it, and he's going to use Esau Edom to do it. So you got military-style guns. They're going to be in the neighborhoods, and they're there to cause chaos, because Esau operates with order out of chaos. The beast system will come up off the back of chaos, and they're going to have military-type guns. And then, as I said, I love oxygenate. You got ammonium nitrate, 60,000 pounds missing. If that's true, man, they're going to blow some stuff up. A lot of buildings. They're probably going to get sent out to primarily Israelite neighborhoods, to where you'll see a lot of people that's not in this truth get unalived. So let's get to the scriptures. And I just wanted to show, like, the things is heating up, man. Prophecy is heating up. And this right here is what's about to go down with those moves being made. So this second Esdras 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people to stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. A modern day sword is a gun. Esau just let some swords go off his military base right into some migrants' hands, or whoever's hands, agency, whatever they got set up, mercenaries, whoever. They got the weaponry. And here's why. Verse 16. For there should be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions stand in their power. So the way things is heating up, we might not even see an election this year. Like, Esau might just create so much chaos and turmoil and sedition among men, because they're going to go permanent Jake neighborhoods, get this, la. And what you think the people going to do? They're going to bust back. There's a lot of guns in Babylon the Great America. A lot of guns. They say it's like more guns than it is citizens. So the bloodshed is about to be here. We are on the eve. We're on the eve of Jacob's trouble, Yashrala. That's what this is building up to. So if you think I'm just, making something up, so to spit some little yin yang, let's go get a clip on that to show you that this is what's happening. Get a clip on that. Where I got it at. Here we go, right here.
The suspect identified as a Venezuelan migrant accused of shooting two officers after they tried to pull him over for driving the wrong way. But prosecutors say his criminal activity goes much deeper than this one incident.
Fox Eyes' Jessica Formosa joins us live from East Elmhurst with what he allegedly fessed up to. Jess.
Natasha and Teresa, he said a lot, and we're going to get to that in just a second. But as you recall, this suspect came into this country illegally a year ago. He was arraigned on a number of charges, including 2 counts of attempted murder in the first degree. He used to live here at this shelter off Ditmars Boulevard, but says he was kicked out. Now, he made a shocking confession to authorities, saying that he is a member of the vicious Venezuelan gang, Tren de Aragua, and that gang is smuggling firearms into migrant shelters.
Bernardo Raul Castro Mata, the Venezuelan migrant who shot 2 police officers earlier this month, came face to face with the judge this morning. The 19-year-old arrived in a wheelchair and didn't say a word, but prosecutors say he spoke at length with investigators, giving shocking details of that night and what he's been up to since he arrived in New York City. He told cops he worked for DoorDash and received the gun he used to shoot the officers from a friend.
Last night, I was coming home from work. I was in a car with my friend, and my friend, Jose Maita, gave me a bag with a gun in it and asked me to keep it for her.
The suspect confessing to police that he's a member of the notorious Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua. According to audio recordings read by prosecutors, Mata claims he was recruited by a cousin to join the gang to do robberies. But the most shocking claim, the gang has been smuggling guns into city-run shelters.
Tren de Aragua members were smuggling firearms into city shelters inside food delivery packages. That way they don't have to go through the metal detector.
On June 3rd, 2 NYPD officers attempted to pull him over for driving an unregistered scooter the wrong way on a one-way street in East Elmhurst. As police tried to pull him over, Mata ran off. Police chased him, and when they caught up with him, he resisted arrest. Mata allegedly fired at both officers, shooting Officer Christopher Abreu in the leg and Officer Richard Yaruso point blank in the front of his bulletproof vest. In court this morning, the ADA says Mata also said that shooting at police officers is what they do in his home country.
It is common practice for Tren de Aragua gang members to shoot at police officers because Venezuelan police officers shoot at gang members for minor infractions. Venezuelan police officers get shot often in my home country because criminals feel there is a chance of getting away.
He was once again held without bail.
This dangerous individual wasn't afraid to shoot a New York City police officer because he thought he was going to get away with it. Not in this country.
Now, Mata pleaded not guilty to all of the charges. Now, since he ratted out his gang, his attorney did ask the judge to keep him in protective custody. The judge did grant that request. Now, we did reach out to DoorDash. They just got back to us saying that they have no record of anyone by that name working for DoorDash. That's the latest we have from Elmhurst, Queens. I'm Jessica Formoso, Fox 5 News. Teresa?
All right, Jessica, thank you.
So did you hear that, Yashrala? They're coming over here. Venezuelan. He could be a Jake. You know Jake is crazy. He done popped at some police officers because he said that's what we do in my country. And they done let by what, 30, 40 million, illegal migrants through the border. And that's why they did it. It's to cause the chaos. They open up the borders to cause the chaos. And then they're going to give them weapons. These weapons that's mysteriously disappearing from these military bases. They're giving it to these, these Jakes that's coming from, the border. They're giving it to them. Smuggling the shelter. So they can go out here and create chaos. And that what we're seeing now is nothing. Wait till we get close to election time. You really gonna wait till that what's that, aluminum nitrate, all that chemicals, wait till them explosions go off. They might blow up a substation, a bridge. Like, this place about to get shut down, man. The Lord is not playing. He's about to rouse everybody up to commit straight chaos. They're going to be running up in Jake's houses, gunning them down. And then it's like Esau going to love that. He's going to say, martial law. And then once martial law is declared, Constitution go out the window. Esau can do whatever he wants to do. And we already know what he's going to do. That's when that beast system is going to be erected. And he's going to come with that piece of safety. Everything you need to be on that microchip, which is the mark of the beast. That's when that will go forth in the midst of the chaos. He going to take advantage of everybody's fear. They're going to be all scared, not knowing where to go, something happening. A lot of Jake's going to run right to that microchip. And Esau's doing all this. Don't know guns just mysteriously disappeared at a military base. All that protection, they just disappeared? Yeah, right. They got orders to give those weapons to the migrants. That's what I believe is happening. Because how else are they getting these weapons? And they getting the good stuff, too. They getting it right off the military. What did it say? Alabama? And I can't remember the other state it said. But yeah, Alabama. All these guns showing missing at a military base? Yeah, right, man. You get real sloppy, E. You shouldn't even let that leak out. So it's about to get real crazy out here. And I got another clip, too, to show you the effects that is happening, because Esau gets scared easily. So they in New York, they're like, oh shoot, the migrants is popping at the police. So look what type of effect it's having.
California is seeing an increase in gun purchases right now. Many living in some of those border communities think this has to do with the number of migrants that are crowding shelters and living on the street. News Nation's border correspondent Jorge Ventura is live for us from San Diego with more on this. What more can you tell us, Jorge, about the increase in sales and what you're seeing there firsthand?
Yeah, it's kind of some shocking news here. So we've been speaking with gun store owners here in San Diego and the border towns here on the California border, and they say that many of their customers are now buying guns for the very first time, and they're putting the reason on the increase of not only illegal crossings here in San Diego, but the fact that so many migrants are being street released into the community every single day. We spoke to a local gun store owner in El Cajon who says his gun store sales have spiked in recent months due to the border crisis. He says his customers are having huge concern when it comes to national security now.
Border crisis.
The world is very unstable right now, and one thing that people don't talk about is you can't just buy the gun and then put it in your house and think you're going to be ready when something happens. So these people that are buying guns right now need to get some training as well. Should get some training.
Now, here's some data shared by Safe Home Reports. They have an estimate that 1.4 million guns were sold monthly in the U.S. That's from January to May 2023. Here's a breakdown of those gun sales of each border state, including here in Nagona State, where gun store owners are saying they're seeing that huge spike in those gun sales in border towns like here in San Diego and in Campo and in Jacumba Hot Springs, Marnie.
What are you seeing? What are you observing, Jorge, in some of these border communities when it comes to the quick release of some migrants?
Yeah, so here the San Diego sector is particularly unique because not only are they having this huge spike of illegal crossings, but they're getting migrants from literally all over the world. So here, migrants are actually being street released literally within 72 hours after crossing illegally. And that's one of the reasons why local officials and residents say not only are they concerned because they don't know if these migrants are being properly vetted, they don't know about their backgrounds or where they're going next. We spoke to Mayor of El Cajon, Bill Wells, who says his constituents say this is their #1 issue this year.
We don't know how many of those are ISIS or Al-Qaeda. These people don't necessarily have good intentions for us and our families and our country. So I think they should be very concerned. And the implications of this will be for the next 100 years.
And Marnie, when I'm reporting in South Texas, the majority of migrants that are usually street released are coming from Central America countries or from Venezuela. But here in San Diego, it's literally all over the world. And that's what residents say is their #1 concern and why we're seeing that huge sales in guns here in San Diego.
Yeah, people looking to defend themselves, keep their families safe.
Yeah, you see that? So these events is increasing the gun sales. They had 1.4 million guns sold just in 1 month. So the Lord is making sure there's going to be lots of swords here. Lots of swords. As people is buying up guns, they're getting scared. You know, they said, I bet you my bottom dollar, Yashra, that Russia and China done snuck in through that border too. And they're just waiting to get their little issued gun and, you know, uniform. And they about to get busy too. China and Russia, I believe, through the spirit is already here. You got a bunch of jakes used to throwing rocks at their government. Now you giving them a fully automatic gun. They about to get busy. You know, so this thing is heating up. The powder keg, everything is set in motion, man. Prophecy, like I said, every day it just take one explosion, you know, one gun battle, and you know it's on and popping. That's what we looking at, and this is like orchestrated by the Lord, and it's got Esau fingerprints all over it, ordered out, you know, ordered out of chaos, and here we are. Here we are, and then like when this event happens, it's not like something's gonna happen and then you get control of it, put it back in the bag. No. Once this thing really unfolds, like gets really crazy, with everybody just shooting and busting their guns and all of that, oh man, it's gonna be like a war zone. Ain't gonna put it back. We're gonna be a full-blown Jacob's trouble. And I'm gonna leave off that right there. But it's man. Seek the Lord while he may be found, y'all, Shrawler, because we getting real close to the get down. Just Jeremiah, let's get it, 30 and 7, because this is where we're headed. And this is Jeremiah 30 and 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. That's why you should serve the Lord with all your strength, all your might, because he said, what? We shall be saved out of it. Lord willing, be part of the hopeful elect. You know, but he said that day is great, none is like it. Esau gonna be using drones, advanced robots like RoboCop and Terminator. You know, it's gonna be all kind of factions out here, all kind of dudes unaliving, ravishing women. It's about to get bad out here, especially when that food get low. When that food get low, you're gonna see people invading other people's houses. You know, let's get back to second address. I thought I was gonna end with that, but I want to go back to second address. I want to get second address 15 to 18. It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So all these women that think they got a gangster dude, oh, he hard, you know, got the little Pookie Ray Ray. When this stuff hits, he gonna cry like a little girl, because he's only good for the system. He's only known for abiding in the system. So when this thing hit really bad, like scripture said, men gonna be afraid. They said a lot of Eve's gonna find out that they don't have men. They thought he was a man because he fit the system. When all chaos break out, he gonna get to blowing snot boogers and crying and, you know, trying to tell on people. She gonna see he's not a man. You know? And it's because of their pride. You know, Esau's full of too much pride. Too much pride. We just got it with their pride month. And that's why the city shall be troubled. And their houses shall be destroyed. We are patiently waiting on that. It's right around the corner. And it's not looking good for, you know, like I said, woe is me that's in the world. Worldly people's not looking good for them. Because Esau is definitely about to show that he is the devil in the flesh. You know, but like scripture say, he shall be saved out of it. So we not really worried about it. We looking at Eli, do your thing, man. We know what you're going to do. Go ahead and throw it out there and do it. So with that, I just had to do a quick watch for let's let you know, man, that sword is getting sharpened up. He's like, he getting ready for that smear campaign. He going to smear the campaign on us. And then, you know, it's going to be all hell out there. You know, you're going to need that prevention from your Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. So with that being said, this has been edifying. I want to say, Kwam Yashar Allah. And stay locked in because your Yahweh Shai is quickly on the way. Shalom.